Okay, so this is going to be FCA 412. Now, unfortunately, if you look in FCA 412, what you're going to see is just like these incredibly long sections for 412 and 413. And as much as I hate not to diligently go through the code or even at least read it, I don't know how I'm going to be able to accomplish that. So this is literally from the teacher's mouth. Now, keep in mind, from what I've personally found out, even though they highlight the important parts, I still feel like it's a skeleton of what is in the actual code. But I just am falling behind. It's like impossible to keep up with this. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to sit here and read all of this code. It's probably about like 7 pages of maybe more of code. I don't know. So we'll see how I feel after this. Sometimes it's like just over the top, this whole thing. So this is, again, directly from the instructor's mouth. Family Court 412. Married person's duty to support spouse. And then the other one is 413, which is parents' responsibility to support child. Now, you know that this is the crux of this article because this article is about support. So not being able or having time to read the full code is just not making me very happy. But right now, I'm just going to go with it and fly by the seat of my pants, okay? Here we go. A married person is liable for the support of their spouse. You heard that right. A married person is liable for the support of their spouse. An agreement may be entered into by the parties. If they are separated, they may have an agreement that they do themselves. Okay, when no agreement is made, court shall determine spousal support awards. Once a petition is filed based on whether child support is being paid, that's always a factor in the finances, and whether the payer exceeds the current income cap. Even though support may be required if a person who is charged with support doesn't make enough money to support themselves, this reaches a poverty level that affects any maintenance order. Okay, so if a party defaults and fails to provide information, a spousal support order will be based on the needs of the payee or the standard of living of the parties. Okay, 1 second. Financial statements are required from both parties in order to make an educated, proper support order. So they got to get their papers from both parties. Situations where party refuses to deliver that information, and when that happens, the court can order, based on the needs or other factors like standard of living, even though it may not be practical for that other person to pay it. But if he doesn't provide the necessary documentation, too bad. So this order of maintenance will continue until judgment of divorce is issued. Okay, or the death of one of the parties, or upon a stipulation they may have agreed to. So spousal or if a divorce is, I think he was just repeating that, actually filed in the Supreme matrimonial part, will trump anything done in family court anytime. Modification of child spousal support has to be by a substantial change of circumstances. Once original order has been made, it is quite possible to adjust that or modify it. Okay, hold on. This is taking like 20,000 cards. Well, actually, that may be the end. I think this one only has 2. All right, so that was 412. I'm going to come back and do 413. So again, this is 412, married person's duty to support spouse. And I'm going to come back and do 413 about parents' duty to support the child.